Week 8 of the 2025 NFL season is here. Last week we did, well, predictions-wise, not amazingly betting-wise. Basically broke even on bets, went up by plus 0.11 units, so like a tenth of a unit. Currently sitting at nearly 2 whole units up on the season. Got 11 games right, 4 games wrong. Ended off with the overall record of 64 wins, 43 losses, and 1 tie. So, good on me for predicting right, bad on me for losing out on a few picks, and, unfortunately, I am down horrendous when it comes to the money bags Manta parlays. I think I'm on because I did 2 last week and the one before, from the week before failed, I'm on a 3 parlay losing streak, so we're gonna put the parlays to bed, sadly, for now, and we're gonna just stick with the straights here, just the singles on the either moneyline or spread. So with all that being said, it's time to get started with the Week 8 predictions. I am Neon Manta. Now shut your mouth. Let's talk ball. We start off with the Thursday night game, Vikings versus the Chargers. The Chargers are coming off a horrible... Yeah, it's pretty horrible. Loss to the Colts. The Colts are fucking incredible. We'll get to that. Chargers were just down the whole game. They never really had a chance to... I think they had a couple times to get back into the game, but just couldn't pull it off. Are the Chargers on a losing streak right now? I can't remember. I know that the Vikings just lost to the Eagles, who we'll also get to them when we get to them. But I think the Chargers are on kind of a skid right now. Let me double check. Who did they play? Oh, they lost to the Giants. Okay, no, they're not on a skid. They're on an up and down right now because they started off the year on a 3-game winning streak. That got snapped by Jackson Dart and the Giants, then by JD and the Commanders. They were able to just narrowly beat the Dolphins, mainly due to the Dolphins' incompetency, and then they got promptly beat by the Colts. So they're kind of on an up and down right now. They're still fighting for their division. They gotta fight even harder now that the Chiefs are seemingly back to full strength, and again, another team that we'll get to. They're coming back to full strength. The Broncos... We'll get to the Broncos. They're also fighting. It's basically a 3-way run for the division right now. The Raiders are fucking trash. They're trash. I'm sad that they're trash, but let's not talking about the Raiders right now. Meanwhile, the Vikings, in their division, they're still rocking with Carson Wentz because J.J. McCarthy is... I want to believe he's still injured, but there's a small part of me that thinks that it's a soft benching, that, maybe he is, not as injured as we think he is, and they're actually just sitting him out behind Carson Wentz to be like, okay, you looked decent in the first game when you came back in the last quarter and won the game for us, but you also looked like kind of dookie butter in the first 3 quarters, and then the games after that, he has been looking amazing, so we're gonna take this injury as a time for you to, clear your head, recover, reset, see how this current 2025 Vikings offense is operating under Carson Wentz, and when we deem that you're either 100% ready or Wentz is just so abysmally bad that we need to put you back in, we'll put you back in. So, jury's still out on McCarthy. It's the Carson Wentz show right now, and he does not fill me with a lot of confidence. He's still finding connections with, Jay Jetta, and Jordan Addison came back recently, so he's been doing good again. I think Aaron Jones is coming back to this game now. He's been on IR for I want to say at least a month. At least a month. 4, maybe 6 weeks. I don't know how much of an impact he'll have in this game, whether he'll be limited in his usage in the game tonight, or if he's going to just forever sit behind Jordan Mason until the end of his career, or if he gets traded, whatever comes first. I think that the Chargers here are the clear favorites, and it's not going to be too much of a struggle. The Vikings put up a decent fight against the Eagles, who finally had a good game for once. but considering that the Chargers are in like desperation mode, like they're seeing that the Broncos and the Chiefs, especially the fucking Chiefs, now they can handle the Broncos, like as long as they will beat them in the division, which they should, which I think they have already. Yeah, they have already. What am I talking about? They're currently 3-0 against their division right now. As long as they can beat the Broncos again and then keep racking up the wins in the regular season and, preying on the Broncos' downfall, that's one thing. But now that the Chiefs are, like, back, they need to win, and they need to win now. So, give me the Chargers minus 2.5. I really like the spread here. I think Chargers can clear this line easily. Vikings might be able to put up a decent fight, but under Carson Wentz, I don't think so. I think the Chargers are too much in a win now mode. The only thing that might fuck them up is the run game, which is not doing amazingly behind Kamani Vidal. But the script of last week's game kind of neutered the need for a run game because the Chargers were constantly down and needed to pass the ball to have a chance to stay in the game. So give me Chargers a minus 2.5. That's my pick. Next game. The Dolphins and the Falcons. How the fuck does Mike McDaniel still have a fucking job? Either the Dolphins owner is a fucking cuck and or a dumbass and just refuses to get rid of the obvious problem. This is Tua Tagovailoa's last season as a Dolphin. Probably might be his last year as a quarterback. At the very least, for any good team, only a down horrendous team could possibly see him as a quarterback to pick up. Honestly, the fucking Jets, maybe. He'd be better than Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor. What other teams down horrendous for a quarterback right now? Geno Smith is still a little better than Tua. I don't know. They're kind of roughly on the same level. The shit teams. The bottom shitterton tier teams. The Dolphins are trash. I'm on my operation, fade the Dolphins. I'm so sad. I'm such a pussy that I didn't take any Browns bet last week because the Browns blew them the fuck out. It wasn't even close. I'm still in shock, like I said, that McDaniels somehow is not fired. I don't know how. I don't know why. Clearly the season is over. Fucking tank, fire everyone, tank, blow the team up, rebuild. Meanwhile, the Falcons are coming off not a horrible, but kind of is slightly embarrassing loss to the 49ers, who are, for one, injured, and, we'll get to the 49ers, but I think, they play this week. What am I talking about? Mac Jones didn't play the best game, but, CMC just kind of did whatever they want to them. And that Falcons defense could not fucking stop a nosebleed. And on top of that, their offense got stifled by the ICU Niners defense, who are out Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. So, there you go about that. Robert Saleh might be one of the best defensive coordinators of the year. So, even though both teams are coming off pretty bad losses, Dolphins are the deck is horribly stacked against them. Their Tua is talking in interviews like he's blaming everyone but himself. McDaniels is a fucking dumbass. He's gonna be a great offensive coordinator for another team one day. The line for the Falcons is at minus 7.5. I think Falcons can do even better against this horrible fucking Swiss cheese defense, and Tua turning the ball over every play he gets. I'll probably throw 2 interceptions at least. Give me the Falcons minus 9.5. I got these odds at plus 105. You might be able to get them for a little bit higher. Yeah, give me Falcons minus 9.5. We're doubling up on this one. I think the Falcons can do it, and I think they can do it fairly easily against the Dolphins. Next game. The Bears versus the Ravens. Now, this one I want to put money on. I really, really do. But there's a few asterisks around this game. So you might be looking at these lines and thinking, hey, aren't the Ravens like really bad right now? Why are they favored and by 7 points, such a heavy favorite? Oh, well, the line has moved down to 5.5, but still. Um, Lamar Jackson, he's not 100% confirmed yet, but he is slated to be back for this game. And he, as you know, if you know me, you know I am a Lamar critic, a bit of a Lamar hater. I do think he is a running back playing the quarterback position. He's not the worst to do this kind of a swindle. He's at least has some decent arm talent and can work the regular season like the regular season merchant that he is. But he is a difference maker at the very least compared to how down horrendous the Ravens are without him. Because, you know, the Ravens are such a Lamar Jackson merchant that without him, they're fucking trash. As we've seen. Meanwhile, the Bears are on a 4-game winning streak. I think I blinked and they are now on a 4-heater. So that's astounding to me. Granted, you know, not every one of those wins is like super impressive. They either beat up on shit teams or that Commanders win, they just literally had it handed to them by the Commanders who choked the game away. So everything in my mind is telling me to take the Ravens spread. However, I'm not convinced that Lamar Jackson I'm staying away from this game, even though it sounds like it should be easy money. We don't know for sure if Lamar is going to come back this game. The Vegas thinks that he is. And if he does, I do think the Ravens are going to win here. That is my official pick. But if Lamar doesn't play, the Bears will probably win. So I'm just going off the idea that Ravens are playing here. But I don't have enough confidence in Lamar Jackson coming off such a extended injury to be able to hold 7 points above the Bears. And by the same mark, I'm never trusting the Bears to cover against a team with a potentially good offense again. So I'm going to stay away from this game, but my official prediction is that Ravens are going to win. Next game. The Bills versus the Panthers. Bills are coming off their bye, and Panthers are in a not so great spot. On one hand, they're on a 3-game winning streak, and while you can make the argument, similarly to the Bears that I just did, that their wins aren't too impressive here. The only really impressive win they had was against the Cowboys, who, you know, they don't really have a defense, but the fact that they were able to overcome their offense is impressive enough, considering how the Panthers were considered to be one of the worst teams going into the league. Bryce Young sadly got injured in his game with the Jets last week, which was pretty bad. And the whole game was a low-scoring snooze fest, but Andy Dalton came in, and while he didn't do amazingly in the time that he played well enough to ice the game for the Panthers to beat the Jets. And meanwhile, I was about to get into a whole tirade about the Jets, but there's a game for that I can save that for later. Meanwhile, the Bills are coming off their bye week, who are trying to get their heads on straight after going on a 2-game losing streak, right? Between the Patriots and the Falcons. I'm pretty sure they played those two back-to-back and they didn't get a win in between. So I'm thinking here, no Bryce Young. I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, considering how much I was shitting on Bryce Young last year and even at the start of this year, kind of. If Bryce Young were playing, I would have maybe taken Panthers on the spread, but since he's not playing, I don't trust Andy Dalton to be able to cover a spread even this big against the Bills. And this is an easy bounce back game for the Bills, or should be an easy bounce back game, assuming the Bills aren't, fraudulent. Because once again, it seems like a lot of the Bills wins this season are against pretty bad teams when you look at the spread. So I'm going to say here, my official prediction is that Bills will win. I'm not going to, similarly to the Bears-Ravens, there's too many, question marks around this game. Also, I'm not, don't feel too confident putting up such a high spread on the Bills here. So And I'm also limiting myself to only 10 predictions a week now. I realized I accidentally went over my, self-imposed limit last week by doing 11 bets instead of 10, so that's a poo-poo on me. So I got to hard limit myself. There are other games this week that I like better anyway. So Bills will win. No bet for me here. Next game. The Jets versus the Bengals. Holy shit. Talk about, like, from riches to rags to riches again for the Bengals, and then from rags to rags to rags to rags for the Jets. So let's start with the Bengals. The Unk Bowl last Thursday turned out to be a game of the year contender, where both 40-plus-year-olds Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers turned back the clock and lit the field up. Both teams scoring over 30 points, in both having amazing pass games. Rodgers threw a couple bad picks, but they, one of them wasn't his fault. DK Metcalf fucking sold for the Steelers after, bobbling a horrible interception. Or a catch that was turned into an interception because of it. He bobbled it. And then, because of that, the Bengals offense the Bengals figured out their playbook. Zach Taylor might save his job from this trade by following just one play in his playbook. Throw the ball to Jamar Chase. I'm pretty sure Jamar Chase had 23 targets and 16 receptions. Hold on, I need to double check this because it was absolutely fucking nutty what this guy did last week. I need to look at these stats. Pittsburgh. Yeah, 23 targets, 16 receptions, 161 yards, and a touchdown. He was averaging 10 yards of play. Probably the most targeted receiver in like a single game all year that will be or will ever be for the rest of this year. So that's incredible. I don't know how completely sustainable this strategy is, because I feel like any team with a semi-competent defense will just be like, okay, why don't we just double cover Jamar Chase on every single defensive play on our team, because obviously they're just going to try to go for it. So Joe Flacco did play very well, and assuming that we'll see how long they can get away with this Jamar Chase only strategy. And he didn't only target Jamar Chase, but he might as well have. Meanwhile, the Jets are the perfect team to run this strategy against because they're 0-7. How are they 0-7? I thought for sure they would have had at least one win. They probably should have won that fucking London game against the Broncos, but the Broncos are just really fucking good at not choking. Well, no, they don't choke. They're somehow clutch and out of their inconsistency. But we'll talk about the fucking Broncos when we get to the Broncos. Oh, my hair is poofy. Yeah, Jets are so bad that they bench Justin Fields. His time as a starter is over. If you can't make it on the Jets, you can't make it anywhere. Don't look at Geno Smith or Sam Darnold or no, Baker Mayfield wasn't on the Jets, right? Oh, no, he was on the Browns. So they're putting in Tyrod Taylor. He might be an improvement. He might not. Doesn't matter because they still don't have Garrett Wilson. Breece Hall's not getting anything done. So the run game is the shell of what it should be. There is not a doubt in my mind Bengals win and Bengals cover. Give me Bengals -6.5. That is very, very, very much free eats. Let me just make sure, because I know I will say here, I probably should have said it at the start of the video, but I have a shit ton of plus odds bets this week because I'm feeling really good about a lot of these games. So let me just make sure that I haven't been giving out the wrong picks this entire time. God, my whole thing of line is updating. So Bengals I did get at -6.5. I think that is very easy for them to get. I would have taken them higher, but we haven't seen Tyrod Taylor play a full game of football for the Jets, so maybe by some grace of God he can do something for the team. But I'm going to hold my breath on this one. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for it. Bengals are on a pretty good come up. Jets are fucking trash. They're done. Bengals minus 6.5 easily. Next game. The 49ers versus the Texans. 49ers are... They're in a weird spot right now because they're... Still, a lot of their team is in the ICU, you know, still not having Nick Bosa, still not having Fred Warner, and losing them for the year, as well as still not having Brandon Ayuk, still not having, did Juwan Jennings come back? Yeah, I know. I think he came back. Maybe he did not. I think he did, yeah. They got George Kittle back, and he did literally nothing. He put up a donut in fantasy. No catches, no receptions, no yards, no nothing. Mac Jones didn't play his best game, but he played well enough because 49ers are CMC merchants. If CMC goes down with an injury, I think the 49ers are like cooked, because he is like the heart and soul of that offense. And if that German witch doctor magic that he's using to siphon off his teammates' life force runs out, and he goes down with an injury and he's out for like a few weeks, 49ers are going on a losing streak skid, depending on the opponent. But if they're playing like decent opponents, like for instance the Texans, if CMC wasn't playing this game, I might have taken the Texans, but he is playing this game, so I'm taking the 49ers. Give me the 49ers money line in this one. I know I didn't really dive into the Texans, but there's really not much to be said about the Texans. Their run game is atrocious. We have no idea when... I thought Joe Mixon was supposed to be back by now. Where the fuck has Joe Mixon been at? How did he get injured in practice in the preseason? And the season's nearly half fucking over, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him. So, CJ Stroud is not balling as well as he used to be. He's probably not as good as we thought he was, sad to say. Nico Collins might be out with a concussion. It's pretty bad. So 49ers are in a very nice spot here. Give me the Niners to win, Niners to cover, taking the Niners money line. I bet it a little early, and so I didn't get at the full value. That's like plus 110. I got it at plus 100, but if you take it, you'll get it at a decent value. So take the 49ers now. As long as they got CMC, they'll still be a threat to certain teams. As well as that defense, like I said before, Robert Saleh, potential like defensive coordinator of the year. Next game. The Browns versus the Patriots. The Browns are coming off I shouldn't say another because I think that's only their second win of the year. They're coming off a win on the Dolphins, where they just fucking bent them over and paddled them. The Quinshawn Judkins is a beast. He is a monster of a man and a really good pickup for the Browns when they rebuild their team around whatever quarterback they end up going with. Jury's kind of still out on Dillon Gabriel. He didn't really have to try as much this last game with Judkins just going around and, punching Quinshawn Judkins-shaped holes in the wall that is the Dolphins' defense. And meanwhile, the Patriots, oh boy, it's not fucking fair, man. My heart goes out to you if you are a fan of either the Dolphins, Bills, or Jets, or even any AFC team. If you're in the AFC, my heart goes out to you because it's not fucking fair that just about 5 years after the Brady era, the Patriots already have their franchise quarterback. Drake Maye might be him. He, this past week, I think he broke 2 records in the NFL. He broke a Tom Brady franchise record for most completions, highest completion percent in a game, even higher than Tom Brady ever did. And because he went like 21-23 for like a 91.9% completion rating. And he broke, I forget what Drew Brees 2018, was it 2018? Was Drew Brees in the league in 2018? I don't remember. He broke a Drew Brees record for like yards or something in like a number of games. I'll have to, let me fact check that real quick. Yeah, Drake Maye, Drew Brees. Record. Joan Breeze only going back to phone. 1,500 yards, 10 passing touchdowns, completed over 75% of their passes in the first 7 games of a season. Drake May's good. I don't want to drag this out. Drake Maye is good. Drake Maye is so fucking good. I cannot believe the Patriots already have their franchise quarterback so soon after fucking Brady. It's amazing. I really, really like the Patriots here, but as much as I want to take them on this bet, I can't because I have my 10-game limit, and I like all the other games I'm going to be betting on more. This is on the down low. I won't be betting this personally, but if you want to take Patriots minus 6.5, you'll probably win that money. But for the sake of my self-imposed rule, no bet on this game. The Browns defense is nice enough that maybe they can do something about it. I don't know how they'll be able to handle the... Patriots have a pretty nice defense in their own right, actually. So, who knows? Unofficial pick, Patriots minus 6.5. I'm not going to put it on the screen here, but... if you want to take that on the down low, go ahead. Patriots gonna win next game. The Giants versus the Eagles are running this shit back, boys. Just 2 weeks later, and now we're in the Phillies' home turf. The Giants are coming off. Giants. One of the worst choke jobs in NFL history. Just plain to say. They were up 19-0 against the Broncos in the fourth quarter. And then the final score was 33-32. Broncos win. How the fuck do you allow 33 points in the fourth quarter? And in the fucking... I have no words. I'm at a loss for words. I don't blame Jackson Dart, though. Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo are the future of this team. They are the crazy Caucasians. They're the exciting whites. Meanwhile, the Eagles, they're coming off the nice win against the Vikings. Hey, look, Jalen Hurts can throw the ball down the field. I'm sure he'll keep up this level of competency against a division rival. Surely. Giants defense, I'm worried. My biggest worry about this game is that Giants are going to be demoralized when they should be coming into this game fucking pissed the fuck off and want to blow all their steam against their division rival. So this should put the Giants in a good position. It should put them in a good position. But I'm worried that after a heartbreaker, the ultimate heartbreaker game like that their heart has been ripped out of their chest and shown in front of their faces before, just crushed like a Mortal Kombat fatality. I worried that their heart might not be in this game, but I think they might still come into this game riding the high of beating the Eagles so badly 2 weeks ago that they can do it again, but now on the road. So, you know what? I think I took the Eagles on this last time, and I got burned. I might take the Giants here and get burned too, but you know what? At least if I get this one right this time, I'll make money! So give me the Giants money line. I think I got this one a little too early as well because the line's currently at 320, but I picked it up at plus 300. Actually, I thought I grabbed it at plus 275, but plus 300 is actually really good too. So hopefully we can quadruple our money here on this, at least on this play. I think that the Eagles are going to be high off their own supply, thinking oh shit, sweet, we beat the Vikings without, they're not that good though, but hey, we're back. Now we're going to get our revenge against the Giants. They think shit's going to be sweet. Giants are going to punch them in the mouth. They need to come into this game angry. Dayball and Shane Bowen are fighting for their jobs right now. Shane Bowen should be fired. That Giants defense might be a suspect, and they did fire that horrible fucking kicker Jude McIntosh or something, McAntony. He got fired immediately. I think Young-Ho Koo, or I think that's how you pronounce his name, Young-Ho Koo, is now going to be the kicker in place of Graham Gano, who's still on IR. Because I think he hurt his balls or something. So now with a semi-decent kicker, that's the sad thing about the Giants game too. If they didn't miss those 2 extra points Broncos would have won, but I'll dive a little more into that when we talk about the Broncos game. So my official play for this is Giants to win, Giants to cover. I got the Giants money line. If you want to take a safer pick, Giants money line. Giants spread plus 7.5 should be a safer option, but I really like the idea of the Giants coming back and getting their heads screwed on back right, and beating the Eagles. So please do this, if nothing else, but to shut Eagles fans the fuck up because they think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback after he has one good game. Sorry. Next game. The Buccaneers versus the Saints. This is my only chance to talk about the Lions this game, and I'm going to take it. The Legion of Whom? What the fuck Lions defense performance was that? It was like I was watching a completely different team. It's not like we have a bad defense, but we've never had like a top level defense. We made MVP Baker look like a fucking bum. Then that's impressive. And we did this without Brian Branch because he was suspended. I'm pretty sure Kirby Joseph was out of the game. We did it without Terry and Arnold. We did it without DJ Reed. I think, am I blanking on his name? Or I think Derek Barnes was in this game. I think he was. But we did get Aleem McNeil back, so that was huge. But it's not like we were trotting out absolute nobodies. We still have Alex Anzalone. We got Aleem McNeil back. We still got Big Daddy Hutch. But they were like I was looking at like the cornerbacks that were playing after the game, because unfortunately I was watching the Dragon Maid movie at the time that this game was on, and as much as I wanted to watch it, Dragon Maid movie was only in theaters for one night only, so had to make the unfortunate sacrifice. Fuck you, Crunchyroll, for making that movie one night only. But I was looking at like the player names after the game, being like, wow, what the fuck is this defense? How are we winning 24-9? I was seeing game like Arthur Malley or something, Nate something. I might as well have been reading like create a player names in Madden. So amazing defense by the Lions. Jared Goff didn't have his best game ever, but you know what? Jahmyr Gibbs had himself an incredible game. If you had Jahmyr Gibbs in fantasy, you fucking ate. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, they're kind of down bad right now. They were coming off their worst performance of the year. Easily. Their second loss of the season. I thought this game was going to be high scoring, but the Legion of Whom came out of nowhere. Kelvin Shepard also, by the way, giving Robert Saleh a run for his money for Defensive Coordinator of the Year. Let's go Lions. Mike Evans, if I had a drink on me right now, man, if I weren't, over carpet right now, I'd be pouring one out for the 1,000-yard season. 11-year streak come to an end by injury. Fucking sucks that it has to end this way. He broke his clavicle and will miss a majority of the season. I think if he comes back, he'll come back in late December or around playoff time, assuming the Buccaneers make the playoffs, which they should still be able to do, honestly, because their division should still be wide open for them, because the Saints are not going to win their division, at least not going to challenge the Buccaneers. The Panthers, while good, are not quite on the Buccaneers level, not at all. And why am I blanking on the other team that's in the Buccaneers division? Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers, Falcons. Falcons, they could give them a run for their money, but I think Buccaneers still have the talent, especially with when Emeka Egbuka gets healthy, like 100% healthy. Chris Godwin gets healthy. Chris Godwin might actually now be able to step back into, with enough time to heal, step back into the role that he had last year before Todd Bowles injured him like a fucking dumbass. By the way, fuck Todd Bowles for putting Mike Evans in this game when he clearly was not 100% healthy. Again, the man can't keep getting away with it. The man is a fucking legend when it comes to injuring his players unnecessarily. Mike Evans should not have been back in this game, goddammit. it was his first game back from injury. They hurried him back too early, and he broke his fucking clavicle because of it. Horrible. Todd Bowles is the best coach in the league and most underhated coach in the league. He does not get enough hate, and I'm tired of I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I feel like I live in a world where I'm the only one who sees Todd Bowles for the fucking bitch-ass loser that he is. But, fucking whatever. Let's see. Igbuka, Godwin, Tez Johnson, the MVP Tez Johnson, if you know, you know. He's been looking like another good pickup for the Buccaneers. I don't know how the Buccaneers need to draft their wide receivers. Needs to be studied. Because how the fuck did they get Igbuka? And it looks like Tez Johnson will also take a step up in the offense in lieu of Mike Evans for a majority of the year. I was able to pick up Tez Johnson on fantasy, so, bully for me. Even though the Buccaneers are coming off a pretty bad streak right now, not streak, but like pretty bad injury luck right now. No more Mike Evans. Bucky's still not going to be back for the Saints game. I think Godwin is also ruled out for the Saints game. So, hey, you know what? Maybe Igbuka and Tez Johnson will become the new Evans and Godwin. Maybe we can get Igbuka onto a new 1,000-yard streak. Start it back up again. Meanwhile, the Saints, they had a pretty shit game with the Bears, where neither quarterback looked all that impressive. The Sooner Bowl, the Oklahoma Sooner Bowl. I think that's right. Spencer Rattler, it's funny. The week I start giving Spencer Rattler credit, he turns back into the shit quarterback I knew that he was. So, fuck me for being nice. I'll never be nice to Spencer Rattler again. And I will continue to be mean to Spencer Rattler by saying, give me the Buccaneers -5.5. I know the spread is at -4. I think they can get a 6, maybe even 7-point lead. I'm taking the 6 because it's still a doubling. So, because it's still positive odds. So give me Buccaneers. I have it at -5.5. I got it at +110. You might be able to get it for even higher odds than that. So we're gonna hit a string of plus odds on this one. I have such a good feeling about this week, guys. I can't even tell you. Well, I'm going to tell you by continuing to talk throughout the rest of this video. Next game. The Cowboys versus the Broncos. The Cowboys put belt to ass against the Commanders. Jayden Daniels unfortunately injured himself and he missed I think half the game against the Cowboys, and then also will miss this upcoming Monday night game, which we'll talk about in a bit, against the Chiefs. So it's Marcus Mariota came in, and unlike the last time he stepped into the field, he did not play his best football. Cowboys dropped 40 on their heads. Cowboys defense, it looks like... Here's the thing about the Cowboys. Cowboys at home, depending on the opponent, like if it's a shit tier team, take the Cowboys at home. If they're out at home, take them at home, whether it be money line or spread, the closest to, -100, +100 odds possible, because they'll clear that. Meanwhile, the Broncos are coming off the Mile High Miracle, one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history. They put up 33 points in the first quarter. The Giants choked the game away harder than I choke my hose. But here's the thing about the Broncos. That win, while incredible in a vacuum, if you're looking at the Broncos as a whole, this team is inconsistent as fuck. Because just because you put 33 points up in the fourth quarter does not excuse putting up 0 points for 3 quarters. That shit is not sustainable. You cannot play like this. And this is extending into the game the week prior against the Jets in London, where they put 13 points up total against the shit-ass Jets. The Broncos offense is not sustainable. And that defense might be a bit overrated. Dre Greenlaw got suspended. There was a questionable pass interference call that caused Dre Greenlaw to then jeer at a referee and chase him down and yell obscenities at him at the end of the Broncos game, which got him suspended for a week. Which, make it make sense, NFL. Why can Brian Branch actually beat the shit out of well, not that he like actually like beat him that badly, but like he was able to actually put his hands on Juju Smith-Schuster and fucking immortalize him as a forever bitch by dragging him by the ear in that picture, if you've seen of him from the Chiefs at end of the Chiefs game. How come he gets suspended for one game for actually putting his hands on someone? Meanwhile, another player can just threaten a guy and get the same punishment. It pisses me off because if why is threatening an official equal punishment in your eyes to putting your hands on a player? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. Not that I'm asking for Brian Branch to get suspended for additional time, but for make it make sense, goddammit. So Broncos are in a weird state right now, even though they're leading their division right now. It's kind of a faux lead. I don't believe that they're gonna hold on to this. They're not winning the division for a second. Don't fucking believe for a second. Don't believe, hey, for a second that they're gonna win their division. It's gonna be the Chiefs. I've seen enough. The Chiefs are gonna win. I hate that the Chiefs are gonna win their division and probably make another Super Bowl run. I want to be wrong so bad, but there's no fucking shot the Broncos are gonna be the ones to prevent the Chiefs from going on a run, at least, or win the division. Broncos defense is overrated. They let the Giants score 19 unanswered points the first three quarters, and then rack up more points against them to the point where they scored 32 on them. If their backup kicker wasn't a bum, if Graham Gano was playing that game, he would have made all 4 extra point kicks. They would have won. Broncos would not have been able to win that game. I firmly, wholeheartedly believe that. Broncos got so lucky that Giants choked the biggest choke job of all time. Meanwhile, the Cowboys offense is so much nicer than the Giants offense. They got CeeDee Lamb back. George Pickens is doing great. Now they've got like a two-headed monster. Jake Ferguson is nice. Javonte Williams is nice. Dak Prescott is having an MVP candidate season. Meanwhile, there's no one on the Broncos, well, except for Nick Bonito for a like defensive player of the year, but we know defensive players don't win MVP. He might not even get that DPOI award at the end of the year, because I think Brian Burns has more the sacks and defensive plays than he does. So give me the Cowboys, money line. Money line, money line, money line. I love this, I love this, I love this. Broncos couldn't stop the Giants from hanging 30 on their heads and would have lost if they didn't choke the game away. You think Cowboys are just going to stop at 30? Fuck no! Dak is better than Jackson. Javonte Williams might not be better than Scattaboo, but he's like performing at a similar level. Wandale, he's doing his best. CeeDee Lamb clears him. Pickens clears him. The only way that the Broncos win this game is if their offense keeps up with the Cowboys offense, because Cowboys defense is inconsistent. They can sometimes hold off an offense, but other times will just become the worst defense in the league. But I have so much faith in the Cowboys. And this might come back to haunt me, but I have more faith in the Cowboys offense than I do in the Broncos offense and defense. So give me the Cowboys, money line. I love it, love it, love it. Next game. The Titans versus the Colts. This one's easy. I'm on my Operation Fade the Titans. You can see by the money line, minus 1,200. Holy shit. And I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because I'm noticing the timestamps going a little longer than I should for just talking about 13 games this week. Colts are going on a tear. You know this, I know this. It's still baffling to admit every single week. I'm going to beat this dead horse. How the fuck is Daniel Jones rocking with the Colts and they're winning the AFC conference? They're probably going to get the 1 seed. They're still only have 1 loss to the Rams and have not lost to anyone else. I cannot wait for the Colts to play the Chiefs at some point. I'm begging on my hands and knees for the Colts to play the Chiefs at some point this year. I don't know if they're going to do it in the regular season, but they need to meet in the playoffs. They need to meet in the playoffs. That'd be such a fucking awesome game. The spread right now is at minus 14. That's pussy shit. Titans are so bad. Give me minus 19.5. I think I don't know about the full, 3 touchdown lead, but I like minus 20.5. Give me the Colts minus 19.5. Titans are trash. They're trash. Tyler Lockett fucking quit on the team. He was like, dude, I'm not getting anywhere. My career is like winding down. I'm not spending a single second of it on the Titans any longer. Get me the fuck out of here. Easy fucking cover for the Colts. Next game. Packers versus Steelers. This one is good. This one's juicy. The storyline. You know the storyline. I know the storyline. Aaron Rodgers' revenge game. He was never able to get a revenge game against the Packers before, but now he will. The first time Aaron Rodgers has played against the Packers, and now he'll be doing it on a better team than he was before, because he was doing a lot better job on the Steelers than he was on the Jets last year. Meanwhile, the Packers, they're not looking that good. Their record does not reflect the season that they've been having. Their only impressive wins have been their first 2 wins. Their last 2 wins have been kind of suspect. They let the Bengals come back and keep it a close game before they figured out the strategy of just let Joe Flacco throw to Jamar Chase every single play. And then they kept it close against the Cardinals. The Cardinals had a 7-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and they blew it. I got that Cardinals cover pick, 100% correct, by the way, because I'm a fucking genius. And the Packers are losing all of these games. Well, not losing, but they're not winning as strongly as they should be for being Super Bowl contenders. They're leading the NFC North right now because they have only a 1 loss and they win over the Lions, but if not a doubt in my mind, if the Lions played the Packers again, they'd dog walk them. Give me the Steelers money line here. Packers are on fraud watch, and I think Aaron Rodgers gets his revenge game. He was denied his win of the Unk Bowl, even though he had a good performance. He will not be denied this time. Packers are they've been playing too suspect. I can't trust them on either the money line or the spread. Give me the Steelers money line. Steelers are at home. Packers, they're trying to fulfill some kind of prophecy right now. Every single one of their wins, they've ended with 27 points. When Brett Favre won his first Super Bowl, he was 27. When Aaron Rodgers won his first Super Bowl, he was 27. Jordan Love turns 27 in November. The only way the Packers win this game is if they somehow score 27 points. But Steelers are going to score enough points where that's not even going to matter. Give me the Steelers money line. I love it, love it, love it. We're gonna make so much money this week. I can feel it. I feel it in my balls. Next game. Finally, the Commanders and the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Gonna keep this one short and sweet because I've already talked about it a little bit. Chiefs are all the way back. Commanders are out JD. They might still be missing Debo and Terry. They're currently lined up to play, but they're still questionable. I don't trust Terry McLaurin for a fucking second. He's been out for like 6 weeks now. So if Debo's playing, maybe they don't have a fucking shot. Chiefs are fucking 12.5 point favorites, and I'm so confident that the Chiefs are so back and they're gonna win this because now they got fucking Rice back and they're fucking back. Oh, it makes me mad. I'm rambling. Gonna wrap this video up. We're like approaching 15 minutes on 13 games. That's unnecessary. Give me the Chiefs minus 13.5. I'm so confident that they can get this play. I got it at plus 100 odds. We're going to double up our money. We're going to take this fucking number right here from like plus 2 units to like, what, plus 6 units at least. Plus 5 at least. At least! We are making so much money this week. So, tail my bets. That's all for week 8. Tail my bets if you want to make some money. Fucking done. Done. Funzo Dunzo. I'm Neon Manta. You will see me next time.